Prabhu, His Grace Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. And then after class, the remaining schedule for the day is devotees can continue doing japa, kirtana, reading in the temple room until 10:30. At 10:30, we'll have Abhishek. And then at 11 o'clock, we'll have Grace class by Her Grace Prabhupada Priya Prabhu. Grace Prabhupada Priya Prabhu ki jai. At noon, we'll have Artik, followed by a sumptuous prasadam feast. And stay tuned. I believe we're having a honey pot this evening, so all the kids and everybody can participate. So later this evening, we'll have a honey pot. So we'll put out the details on WhatsApp. And of course, we have Harinam this evening at...
Yes, Harinam.
Shri Harinam Sankirtana ki jai.
7 p.m. across from Trader Joe's. Lord Balaram appeared in this age as Lord Nityananda. So please come and help propagate the Sankirtan mission. 7 p.m. across from Trader Joe's. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya. Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Vrindavana Dham Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Vrindavana Dham Jaya. Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada Jaya. Jaya Gurudeva 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 Jaya Gurudeva. Nitai Gaura Premanande Jai Om Vishnupada Paramansa Privraj Vicharya Astotarasta Shishimad. His Divine Grace Srila Bhaya Charanarvindam Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapurana Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Kalachanji Ki Jai. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Ki Jai. Shri Gaura Bhakta Brinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jai. Thank you very much. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkest of ignorance, and by the sweetest graces of my spiritual master, my darkened eyes were opened with the salve of love in the form of transcendental knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances, gratitude, and homage to him. Vanchakalpa tirubhascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhya vaishnavebhya namo namaha. Let us offer our respectful obeisances to all Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who are just like desire trees and can fulfill the desires of everyone, for they are full of compassion for all fallen, conditioned souls. Jai Radhe, Hare Krishna. So today is a very, very auspicious day for us devotees. In many ways, this is actually the most important day of our life, because it is Lord Balaram who inaugurates spiritual life. Spiritual life is not possible without the blessings of Lord Balaram. Lord Krishna has, as we know, three principal energies. The energies of Sandhini, the energy of Samvit, and the energy of Ladini. So these three energies are so important that our soul is actually constructed of these three energies. And therefore we say Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat comes from the energy of Sandhini. Chit comes from the energy of Samvit. And Ananda comes from the energy of Ladini. So everything starts with the Sandhini energy. Whenever you hear a Sanskrit word that starts with the letters S-A-N, sun, you should know that is most pleasing to Krishna. Like Sankirtan, right? Like that. It's amazing that in the Japanese language, when they refer to a person with respect, they also say son. And then, whenever in Sanskrit, two letters come together, D and H, da. So it's San, Dini. So DH come in. Whenever DH comes in, you should know that is the essence. We're talking about something that is inseparable from the truth. Then the letters DH will turn up. And one who has this, the greatest way to please Krishna, the greatest way to actually have the essence of life, which is to serve Krishna, happen, is done by Lord Balaram. Who is Lord Balaram? In the beginning, there was only Krishna. Krishna says, Aham evasam evagre, nanyad yatsat sat param, paschadham yadetacha, yavashishyeta sasmiyam. In the beginning, there was nobody but Krishna. Then from his right side, he manifests Lord Balaram. And from his left, he manifests Radharani. These three are the same soul, exact same soul. There is no difference in the soul of these three personalities. All three personalities are the original supreme personality of Godhead. This is why the word Godhead is used. Most religions, you hear the word God, but you never hear the word Godhead. In our science, which is the greatest of all spiritual sciences, because this is the only science in which God is thoroughly explained as a person. In other religions, you will see God explained as some form of energy or some form of spirit, but never to the detail that we have in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Who is God as a person? And this person has these three features of Krishna, Balaram, and Radharani. So who is Balaram? Balaram is the Supreme Personality of Godhead who likes to taste service of Krishna. He actually tastes it the best. He blesses us so that we can actually serve Krishna the best. That is Balaram. And who is Radharani? Radharani is the best beloved of Krishna. Now that Lord Balaram has given us taste of how to love Krishna, Radharani exemplifies that love. So much so that she enjoys more than Krishna. Therefore, in the name of Rama, the greatest Rama is Radharani. Rama means the enjoyer, the supreme enjoyer. Krishna is Rama. Rama iti Ramayati iti Ramana. His name is Ramana because he is the greatest enjoyer. But Radharani enjoys Krishna. So Krishna becomes a little jealous about that. Becomes a little envious. He thinks, how is it that Radharani is enjoying more than me? So he tries to figure it out in many ways, and he's not able to figure out how Radharani is enjoying this much more than I am. So a very intelligent person that Krishna is, he decides, I'm going to come as Gauranga, with the mood of Radharani. And then I will know why Radharani enjoys. But even then he would not have known, had it not been for Gadadhar Pandit. Then Radharani had to come herself to train Krishna how to love Krishna. She is the one who actually gives him the greatest training like that. So today is the appearance day of Lord Balaram. And not very surprising that on the day he appeared, the moon decided to come in full resplendence. Because the moon is none other than Lord Gauranga himself. This is how we understand the moon. Now, of course, the moon is a planet, and one of Lord Chaitanya's names it describes him as the moon-faced one. And we're very fortunate that in Dallas, our deity is also moon-faced, and therefore is named after the moon. Kala Chanji. So, and then we're very fortunate that today, that we're also in this temple is described as a petal of Vrindavan. So, when our wonderful temple president decided to sing after the deity's curtain opened, and he chose that song, Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, it was very appropriate because this song has been written by who? By a person who was very, very, very much in love with and worshipping the wife of Lord Nityananda, Mother Janava. And you will see that in the last line, it actually says that this lowly servant, this servant of Janava, at her lotus feet, sings the glories of the holy name. So the Sandhini Shakti is called the existential Shakti. It's what creates existence. Now, existence has been created by the Sandhini Shakti, and the Sandhini Shakti is none other than Balaram himself. Guess what existence is meant to be about? It's meant to be about spirituality, not material life. Material life is an illusion. What does illusion mean? Illusion doesn't mean that something is false. Illusion simply means that we are misidentifying something. In the dark, we might see a rope and we think, wow, that's a snake. No, a snake is real. The rope is real. But that rope is not snake. You get the idea? That's the illusion. Similarly, this world is real. We are real, but what we think this world is not correct. We think this world is for my enjoyment. It is for my pleasure. And that is the illusion. And this illusion is so powerful because this illusion is governed by a personality who is a pure devotee of Krishna. And what does Krishna say about his devotees? Kaunteya trupati janihi name bhaktaha pranashyati. My devotee will never be vanquished. My devotee cannot fail. And who is this pure devotee of Krishna? Her name is Mahadevi. She is the pure devotee in charge of the material energy. So what does she do? As soon as the living entity decides, I think I'd like to check out life outside of the relationship with Krishna. I just want to check it out. What's it like? Prabhupada gives the example. He said, we're in this garden, beautiful garden in Goloka Vrindavan, and there are wonderful roses growing in the garden, and we decided I want to pick a rose because it's just amazing in color. It's just an amazing color rose and beautiful rose that has such great aroma. And the devotee is so mesmerized by this rose, the devotee decides, I want to pick up this rose and give it to Krishna. And he goes and he holds the rose in his hand. And as he's about to pick up the rose, he thinks to himself, I wonder what it'd be like if I didn't love Krishna this much. And bam, he's in the material world. So what is the material world? The material world is a dimension in Goloka Vrindavan. We're not outside Goloka Vrindavan. We're very much in Goloka Vrindavan. Actually, devotees have said that we are in a petal of Vrindavan, but actually we are in Goloka Vrindavan. But what has happened is we shifted the paradigm. We shifted our paradigm. We went from, I'm totally in love with Krishna, I'm totally having a nice relationship with Krishna, to wondering, just momentarily wondering, what might it be like if I wasn't in that situation? And Krishna says, let me give you a taste. And the material world is the taste. And then comes this wonderful personality whose name is Mayadevi. And she has two Shaktis also. She has the Shakti of throwing and another Shakti of covering. So she throws us deep into illusion and covers us with the knowledge of physics, math, chemistry, English, geography, history. And if you'd like to know the rest of them, go to Harvard and they'll tell you all the other subjects. All these wonderful subjects are the subjects of Mayadevi. And what does she do? She tells us, this is the most important knowledge. You want to be successful in life? Go to college. Go to a wonderful university like Harvard. And then you will be recognized and you will become richer than Elon Musk. See? You will become very powerful. And then what will happen? At the end of life, the person dies with a whimper. There's nothing in their life. Whoever took in this life has to pay back in future lives. So Elon Musk goes and lives in Ethiopia for 1 million lifetimes and, is scrubbing someone's pot down there for 1 million lifetimes. But he's paying back. That's not a very smart investment, is it? So this is Mayadevi. She covers us like this. So that is the Sandhini Shakti. Then comes the Samvit Shakti. What is the Samvit Shakti? This is the Shakti that gives us two things. It gives us knowledge and it gives us will, the power to will something. There's a saying that how things progress is first you think about it, then you feel it, then you will it. Thinking, feeling, willing. Then comes the doing. Then the doing happens. So these are the stages, right? So the Samvit Shakti is exemplified by Vidyavadhu. Who is Vidyavadhu? Vidyavadhu is the consort of Harinama. Just like Krishna's consort is Radharani, Harinam Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. His consort's name is Vidyavadu. Her job is to give us knowledge. That is why, if we want to have true knowledge in life, then we have to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because this chanting is the process. It is the process by which you will come to the third Shakti, which is Ladini Shakti. Ladini Shakti is exemplified by Radharani. She is on the altar, right there. So, Lord Balaram is the person that we first go to and beg the mercy of Lord Balaram so that he will actually allow us to come to enter spiritual life. Just entry into spiritual life. Spiritual life starts with the science of the soul, which we call the science of self-realization. Before that, it is all material life, because we're in one of three modes: mode of ignorance, mode of passion, or mode of goodness. All these are material modes. To come into the mode of pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, requires Lord Balaram's mercy. Today is the day that is his happy birthday. And when people have their happy birthday, they're very happy. They like to give a lot of blessings on that day. So today we're very fortunate we can seek the blessings of Lord Balaram, who today has appeared very mercifully on the altar with his brother Krishna Balaram. But Lord Nityananda is also Lord Balaram. He's always here with us. And then, of course, on the right-hand side, he is here as Baladeva, as the brother of Jagannath. It's very amazing that if you look on the altar starts with the deity of Lord Nityananda. And then the altar ends on the right-hand side with the deity of Jagannath. These two, in many ways for us, are the most powerful personalities for this reason, that it is Lord Nityananda who, by whose blessings we achieve the blessings of Lord Gauranga. And with his blessings, we achieve the blessings of Radha Kalachandji. You can see how the deities are shifting. And of course, we have the deities of Chota Radha Kalachandji and Radha Govinda there, who also imbibe the Shakti of Radha Kalachandji. They are the Utsava deities, or what we call the celebration deities. And then on the right-hand side, you have Lord Baladeva. And then his very powerful sister. She may look short, but she is not very short. She is actually the tallest. She is the strongest person amongst all these deities that you have there. She is the strongest because she is none other than Yogamaya herself. She is the one who directs all of the pastimes of Krishna and all of the associates and devotees of Krishna, including those of us who are devotees. Some of us are trying to become devotees, and as Srila Prabhupada said, I'm not even trying to become a devotee, I'm trying to become a servant of a devotee. So that tells us what our position is. We're trying to become the servants of the servants of the servants of the servants of the devotees. And then why is Lord Jagannath the most powerful? Why is he on the right-hand side? Why is he the most powerful? For this we have to go to Mother Rohini. Who is Mother Rohini? Mother Rohini is the mother of Lord Balaram. So obviously mother knows best, right? We say that. In English there's a saying, mother knows best. So Mother Rohini has a very unique position in the pastimes of the Lord. She actually witnesses all three pastimes of Krishna. What are the three pastimes? The pastimes in Mathura, where Krishna first appears as the son of Devaki. She experiences the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. And then she also witnesses the pastimes of Krishna in Dwarka. She's the only one, by the way, in all three. There's nobody else in all those three places. Of course, Krishna and Balaram in all three. I'm talking amongst the seniors. She's the only one in all three pastimes. So the wives of Lord Krishna, the 16,108 wives of Lord Krishna, they're very smart. Actually, the gopis say to Krishna, when Krishna thinks a little more about going to Mathura, that yeah, we know. that the girls of Mathura are very smart. We're not so smart. We're just simple village girls. But don't underestimate them. They're the gurus of Krishna. That's another story. But these wives of Krishna, the 16,108 of them, every last one of them is actually a gopi in Vrindavan in another Leela. So these wives, they wanted to hear the pastimes of Krishna, all three pastimes. But they themselves were witnessing the pastimes of Dwarka. But they didn't know what the pastimes of Vrindavan and Mathura like. And particularly they were interested in Vrindavan because they could see that when their husband was sleeping at night, Krishna was sleeping while, he would talk in his dreams. If you've ever slept with someone and they talk in their dreams, you know what I'm talking about. It's very interesting. You sort of really listen to what they're saying, But there's something very close to them. That's why they're saying what they're saying in their dream, right? So Krishna, the wives say, sometimes blabber in his dreams. Of course, he's not blabbering. Whatever Krishna says is scientific, But they notice that every time he speaks in his dreams, he's talking about something about Vrindavan. So they're thinking, what is it about Vrindavan that is so interesting? So they go to Mother Rohini and they say, Mother, can you please tell us about the pastimes of Vrindavan? What does Krishna do in Vrindavan that's so interesting to him? Why does he love Vrindavan so much? So Rohini says, okay, if you all can gather in one place, I will tell you about those pastimes. So then the chief queen tells all the other queens to please come. And then amongst them, that's Queen Rukmini. And then amongst those queens, the smartest of them is one whose name is Satyabhama. So Satyabhama says to Queen Rukmini, please don't invite everybody. She says, why? She says, no. She said, don't invite Krishna. Don't invite Subhadra. So now, this puts Rukmini in a bind. Because she knows Subhadra is the sister, right, of Krishna. And Rukmini is the queen herself. So she's considering, what do I do? How do I sort this out? So they both go to Mother Rohini. And so she repeats it. Please don't invite Subhadra. So Rohini asks, why? Why can't Subhadra come? She says, because she's a loudmouth. She talks a lot. She's always very bossy. She always tells everybody what to do. And everybody has to do exactly what she does. And she's a know-it-all. Everything she knows. Anything you say, I know, I know. I don't want anybody like that there. Because then we can't really listen to you. We're always trying to look at her to see if she approves what you just said. So please don't invite her. So Rohini says, okay, I understand. And you're also not going to invite Balaram. He said, but that's my son. I want him to hear. No, you can't invite Balaram. Why can't I invite Balaram? Because he's elder, Krishna. When elder is there, we have to cover our heads with a sari. We have to behave ourselves. We can't express our emotions how we want to express our emotions. We have to be very controlled. So if he's there, there's no fun. We may as well not have the program. Forget going to the movies if I can't yell in the movie, laugh in the movie, be happy in the movie, right? What's the point of going to the movie? Sitting like a stoic person, right? I remember when we were young and we used to go to the movie, we used to jump on the seats and everything. It was mayhem, in the movie theater, because we'd identify with what's happening on the screen, right? So we'd get into the story so much that we were part of the story, like that. So these queens were like that. When they hear something, they're like in the story. They're like acting the story out and everything, So, okay, all right, I won't tell my son to come. And then she said, one more person. They said, who? Krishna can't come. Oh my God, how is that going to happen? He's my inspiration, Mother Rohini said. If he's not there, you have just taken my inspiration away. When I look at him, I become so mesmerized by the pastimes of Vrindavan that I can say those pastimes properly. So why don't you want Krishna there? Because Krishna is also too bossy. He's always telling us what to do. When he's there, we have to, again, he's our husband, so we have to have his approval to do this, approval to do that. Please don't invite them. So Mother Rainey says, and now how do you expect that these three persons will not come when you all find out, when everybody finds out that I'm having this program? How are you going to not tell the other three? So again, Mother Satyabhama is very smart, right? So she says, I have the answer. What is that? Subhadra and Balaram and Krishna love to play dice. And this game of dice can get so complicated that they fight over the rules of the game. So I'm going to start playing, me and Rukmini are going to start playing dice, and then we're going to start fighting over the rules of the game. So when you start fighting, who comes? Mother Subhadra, because she knows all the rules, right? So she comes, no, it's like this, it's like that. And they say, okay, thank you. And then they play and they fight again. And so Mother Subhadra says, it's hopeless. You guys don't understand the rules. Let me show you how to play. Okay, you're very smart. Why don't you get your brother to play with you? So then they invite Krishna. So these two are playing, right? These two are playing. And then what Mother Subhadra does, what Mother Satyabhama does, she goes over to near the table and she falls over the table. So now they lost all the positions of the dice, right? So they're fighting what the numbers were on the dice, where the dice were sitting, this, that, and the other. So Balaram hears all this commotion going on. So he comes. So now all three of them are there, right? So he tells them, okay, now you go, you're the only ones who know how to play the game of dice three-way. It's not two-way now, it's three-way. Why don't you play a three-way game of dice? Every so often they'll create a disturbance and the dice will fall, this, that, and the other. And so then they get so engrossed in the game of dice, the queens leave to go and hear the story of Krishna in Vrindavan. So Mother Rainey is speaking and they're listening very nicely. And after a while, Subhadra realizes, where's everybody else? How come this place is so quiet? You know, there's no sound, right? Where's everybody gone? They look around, they see there's nobody there. So they decide, somebody played a trick on us, you know? They wanted to do something and they didn't want us to be there. So they decide, so they go to the different rooms, and this one big room they go to, through the door, they can hear they're talking about, Mother Rohini is talking about Vrindavan. So Krishna says, let's go in. He said, no, you can't go in. They don't want us there. So what do? So Subhadra said, I know how the answer is. So they go to the back of the palace, and they sneak through the windows in the back of the palace. So nobody will see them, right? Everybody's facing Mother Rohini. Rohini is completely into the pastime. The queens are facing Rohini. They don't see from the back, these three personalities have come. And they are stunned with what they hear. So they sit down. So now Brahma and all the demigods are looking at all this going on, right? In the palace. Then after a while, they notice that Krishna's hands are melting. They're melting. You know? And then his feet start melting. So Brahma realizes that Krishna is going to turn into a river. He's melting because the pastimes are so beautiful that he's melting into liquid. He's becoming liquid. So Brahma is worried. If Krishna turns into a river, okay, like Ganga turned into a river, and we call her Ganga. So if Krishna turns into a river, we're going to have a problem. Because who's going to fight the war? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? So Brahma, whenever he has a problem, who does he consult? Like Lord Shiva, who else? Who is the main person he consults? Narada, right? Narada is his main consultant. Narada is a pretty cheeky guy. You know, he can do anything. He's like, he can break into a place and do this and do that, you know. Say funny things to people like he said to Kamsa, you know. Brings him an 8-petal, and says, okay, Krishna is number 8, show me the 8th petal on this one. So it makes him think that you better kill all the children, right? You know which one is number 8, right? This is Narada Muni. So Narada Muni knows, I know how to stop this from happening. So he goes and knocks on the door, and so Rohini thinks, who's knocking, you know? And then he comes in. And as soon as Narada Muni is there, Rohini is like, whoa, I have to pay obeisances to Narada Muni, right? And so it says, Narada, you here? He says, yeah. He says, you don't realize something. What's that? He says, look behind. Look nicely. So she looks behind, and who does she see? She sees Krishna, Balaram, and Subhadra there, and their bodies are partly melted. So he says, if you keep talking, they're all going to turn into rivers. There's going to be no Krishna, no Balaram, and no Subhadra. You better stop right here. That is when these forms of Krishna turned up. That are these forms of Krishna. Krishna, Balaram, and Mother Subhadra in that pastime. This pastime was known by Krishna himself. So when he was on this planet as Nila Madhava, a few thousand years ago, he decided to speak to a particular king whose name was Indradyumna, and said to him, there's a huge log that's floating in the ocean. Please get that log and shape it into our three forms, and then I will inhabit that and the world will worship us. So then Indradyumna brought that log, and Vishwakarma decided that he was going to be the one who was going to fashion the logs, but he made that deal, right? That you should not open the door until I have stopped making the deities, forming the deities, and I open the door, that's when you come in. And what happened? Somehow the doors opened prior, and then these forms of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra showed up. So we are told the story that the deities were incomplete. Far from it. The deities were not incomplete. The deities were in the best form that Jagannath, Lord Krishna, Lord Balaram, and Subhadra can be in. Why? Because Lord Jagannath is so loving that no matter what form of Krishna or some deity that you worship, and he knows you're worshipping that deity, he doesn't disturb that. An example is, there was one of the devotees who visited his temple, the Jagannath Baldev Subhadra temple, Jagannath Puri. He was a devotee of Lord Ganesh, and he refused to bow down to Krishna. He said, Ganesh is my Lord. I'm not bowing down to Krishna. Ganesh is my God. So he went in front of the deities anyway, and what happened? Lord Jagannath showed himself as Ganesh. This is Lord Jagannath. He loves us so much that in this story of Sandhini, Samvit, and Ladini, this story of Jagannath comes in very prominently. Because in Samvit, in Sandhini Shakti, what happens is we have to have full faith that Krishna is real. He's not just an idol. Our problem is we see Krishna as an idol. We don't really see him as a person. We don't think, oh Krishna, you've been standing there all day. I'm sure your feet must be hurting. Can I please massage your feet? No, instead, oh Krishna, can you give me a nice education? Can you please give me some nice money? Can you please make me a nice devotee? We're always begging from Krishna. But do we ever think that Krishna has needs also? Do we ever think that it is our service to serve Krishna in such a way that his needs are fulfilled? Prabhupada made that very clear to us. Our mood is the mood of Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda never asks Krishna anything. She doesn't go to Krishna begging Krishna for this, that, and the other. If she wants to beg something, she'll talk to Narayan. She will do some fire sacrifice. She'll do some meditation. She will not ask Krishna, but she will give Krishna all the time. She's always giving. Prabhupada said, that is our mood. That mood comes when you have the blessing of Lord Balaram. Because Lord Balaram has that mood. He's always giving Krishna. He never asks Krishna anything. The one time he had to ask Krishna, when he came as the younger brother of Krishna, right? At the time of Lord Rama. By the way, Lord Rama got his name from Radharani, because Ram is originally Krishna and Radharani's name. And Lord Ram being the bodyguard of Radharani in Golok Vrindavan, when we go back, you'll see that in Golok Vrindavan, Radharani bodyguard is Lord Ram. And he loves her so much, he took his name from her. Lord Shiva also took his name from Radharani. Shiva is Radharani's name. So we can see how great these personalities are. This message, this conviction, full conviction that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that comes from the Sandhini Shakti. Then comes Samvit. If we chant the holy names of God, then what will happen is, now we will understand that our purpose is to serve Krishna and to love Krishna. And Krishna wants service from us in a very individual way. Each and every one of us, every living entity is a flavor. And Krishna wants to taste that flavor. Don't try to become another devotee. Don't copy other devotees and think, I'd like to be like that devotee. But that devotee is so great. Yes, you can learn from that devotee, but be yourself. Krishna manifested you to be you, not a carbon copy of someone else. Be you. So think to yourself, how would you like to serve Krishna in a way that is personal to you? What do you love yourself so much? Use that as a basis of serving Krishna. Right? That is called love. When Srila Prabhupada first initiated his devotees, the devotees were told that you should give some donation to Krishna, right? And so the devotees asked, what should we give? And they were told, what is most beloved to you, you should give to Krishna. So there's one devotee who liked to take snuff. So he used to like taking snuff, right? So he gave his snuff box to Prabhupada as his dakshina, because that's what he loved the most. Our dear Durashaya Prabhu, which all of us know, he had a parcel of land that was most dear to him. He gave that parcel of land to Prabhupada. And he had nothing else left after that. That was most dear to him. This is an example of how to love a spiritual master, an example of how to love Krishna. So then in the Samvit Shakti, what happens is now we personalize that relationship with Krishna. And then comes the Ladini Shakti. Ladini Shakti means Ananda. Ananda means bliss. The bliss does not mean our bliss. Our bliss is a reflection of the real bliss. The real bliss is bliss of Krishna. So how are you going to make Krishna happy? We can make Krishna happy by simply standing in front of Krishna and saying to Krishna and Radharani, your feet must be hurting. Please allow me to massage your feet. And then mentally massage the feet. You don't have to go on the altar and massage. You won't be allowed to if you're not second initiated. And even if you are second initiated, they won't just allow you to go on the altar and start massaging Radha Kalchanji's feet. Right? At particular times you're allowed, other times you're not allowed. But you are always allowed to do that in your mind. That never stops. You can do service to the deities in the mind and no one will stop you, initiated or not initiated. No one will stop you. And the funny thing is, Krishna himself says, service in the mind is higher than service performed by the senses. How fortunate we are, right? We can come to this temple, look at the deities, look at Srila Prabhupada, and mentally do things which actually are pleasing to them, like massaging their feet, like offering them beautiful flowers, like offering them nice water in a golden goblet. So many things we can do, right? So if we do these things, then Lord Balaram becomes very happy with us, because now we actually got the benefit of Lord Balaram. Now, because a very important program is coming up called Bhadra Purnima, I was asked to say something, and I want to connect it to Lord Balaram. So Srimad Bhagavatam is considered the greatest of all literature. It is described that even if all literature in this world was destroyed and only Srimad Bhagavatam survived, that is all you really need. The original Srimad Bhagavatam was 1 billion verses. But for Kali Yuga, it was condensed to 18,000 verses, which for us is in 12 cantos, 18 volumes. And for most of us, we struggle to read the whole Srimad Bhagavatam. But the amazing thing is, Srimad Bhagavatam starts with a verse, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And it is amazing that on the altar, when we serve Lord Baladeva, the Mula mantra that we chant when you're offering him anything is, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. See the connection? All starts with Lord Balaram. It actually all ends there too, because it is Lord Balaram who makes sure that you're able to get through the whole process of coming to know Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in the 4th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada says it is impossible to overcome the illusory energy except by service to Krishna. Only by service to Krishna can you overcome. And who helps us with that service? Who allows us to do the service, helps us during the service, and makes sure that Krishna is happy is Lord Balaram. And then that first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam ends with, what are the 3 last words? Satyam Param Dhimahi. Satyam Param Dhimahi. Satyam means the greatest truth. Right? The real truth is called Satyam. Param means the highest. And Dhimahi means to meditate. One should always meditate on Krishna. Whatever we're doing in our lives, everything we do should be connected to Krishna. Everything, every breath should be connected to Krishna and should be a meditation upon Krishna. Now, yes, we do some things which are nonsense things while we're breathing. So yes, in the beginning we may not actually be perfect, right? But who is perfect when they're born? No baby comes out of the womb of the mother except for Krishna. Already perfect, right? They have to be given training. Imagine that the purpose of life was to become a brain surgeon. It may take them 30, 35 years to become a brain surgeon. You can't yell at the baby after the baby comes out of the mother's womb and say, "Why aren't you a brain surgeon? What's wrong with you? You loser." You know what I mean? And then cry on their birthdays because they still didn't make it. Every birthday, right? Cry 35 times before they make it. Right? We don't do that. Because we have to give the baby the opportunity. Similarly, we have to be given the opportunity. Once we know that every breath is for meditating on Krishna, then we start now, at least internally we start. We start thinking to ourselves, yes, everything I will do, every breath, whether I'm breathing out, breathing in, holding my breath out, holding my breath in, or merging these breaths, these are the 5 breaths, everything I will do will be only for one purpose, and that is to please Krishna. That's Satyam Param Dhimahi. That's the first verse of the Bhagavatam that explains everything about the Srimad Bhagavatam. So in that Srimad Bhagavatam, it is described that the Srimad Bhagavatam is the nectar from the ocean of all scriptures, the singular fruit of all the Vedas, the rich mine of precious gems of all conclusive truths. O Srimad Bhagavatam, you are the only giver of light to all the worlds. It is also described, O life heir of the Supreme Lord's devotees, O Master Srimad Bhagavatam, you are the sun risen in the darkness of Kali. You are the exact image of Sri Krishna. Next, I bow down to you who are supremely blissful to read. Your every syllable pours down a flood of prema. You can always be served by everyone. You are Sri Krishna himself. Next, my only friend, my constant companion, my spiritual master, my great wealth, my savior, my good fortune, my source of ecstasy, I bow down to you. And finally, O bestower of saintliness to the unsaintly, O exalter of the most fallen, please never leave me. Always appear in my heart and my voice with pure love. This is a description of Srimad Bhagavatam given by Sanatana Goswami. And if you ever see pictures of Sanatana Goswami, you'll notice he's sitting with hands in his bead bag and he'll have a book in front of him. And that's the Srimad Bhagavatam. That tells us how important the Srimad Bhagavatam is. Therefore, the greatest gift we can give to anybody is the Srimad Bhagavatam. Because the Srimad Bhagavatam will convince them that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that we are very beloved to Him, and that He is most beloved to us, and that the purpose of life is to serve Him with all of our heart and soul. Then we'll come to know everything. Yomam evam asamudo janati purushottamam So sarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. One who knows Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, comma, without doubting, comma, is the knower of everything. Period. Such a person worships and loves Krishna with all of their heart and soul. This is the ultimate purpose of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So on the day of Bhadra Purnima, what is the date of Bhadra Purnima, by the way? I think it's September the 7th. So we're now putting the word out so everybody comes to know. It is said that if you want to go back to Godhead, I mean, that's a great gift. There's no greater gift than that. Then please give away a Srimad Bhagavatam to somebody on a golden throne. So about 4 years ago, I actually imported some golden thrones from India. So anybody who wants to give a Bhagavatam away, I'll gift the golden throne to you, so that you'll have a nice golden throne. It's a really beautiful golden throne to you, so that you can actually give away a Srimad Bhagavatam on that day, the 7th of September, right? What day is it, by the way? Is it a Monday, Tuesday? I mean, what day of the week is it? It's a Sunday. Wow. What a nice day, right? You can take a nice set of Srimad Bhagavatam, take it to somebody's house with a golden throne, install, do a nice arti, offer some flower petals, go back to Godhead. I mean, how easy is that, right? But we're so fallen. We're so unfortunate. Oh, it can't be that easy. Can't be that easy. But it is. If you do that, then Lord Balaram will give you all the intelligence you need, all the right people to associate with, all the right things you need to do, and all the happiness that you will give Krishna. You will go back to Godhead. That's how it works. It's like winning the lottery of lotteries. So really, this is a very nice program, the program of Bhadra Purnima. It's a Purnima day also on that day. It's called Bhadra Purnima because it appears in the month of Bhadra. And so please take advantage of that day. I'll speak more about Bhadra Purnima on Sunday and say a little about Lord Balaram as well. And then we'll have another class on Lord Balaram at 11 o'clock today, right? That Mother Prabhupada Priya is speaking about. Very nice. Any of you have any things you'd like to say? Any questions you'd like to ask? Because we're supposed to end this program at 9:30. 9:30? Yeah. We said 9:30. We started a little late. Everybody was so excited today. Lord Balaram was blessing everybody. He was dancing nicely and singing nicely and being very happy. Anybody has any thing you'd like to say? Anything you'd like to share? Yes.
It's a fast day today, I believe?
Today is fasting for half a day, yes.
Half day, thank you.
Yeah. Generally what happens is the time of the appearance is when you fast until, and they say that at that time you should do an abhishek, and after doing the abhishek, you break the fast. So, like Lord Ram appeared at lunchtime, but we fast till the evening, because Lord Prabhupada said you can fast till the evening if you want to do the program till the evening. But you have to fast until you celebrate the festival, you see what I'm saying? So, a lot of people like to celebrate Lord Rama's program in the evening, but then they want to break the fast at lunchtime. You can't do that. So, our temple president was very kind to us. He said, well, because a lot of people asked him, why can't we celebrate this tonight? More people will come, right? But then you have to fast till tonight. And I don't think the devotees like that idea very much. Yes, I'm going to break our fast. Yes, Mr. Bhagavan Prabhu.
I distributed a Srimad Bhagavatam on that special day. And I swam in the Ganga, according to there's a sign that's at the Ganga that says if you take a bath in the Ganga, you lose 1,000 lifetimes of sinful reactions.
Yes, yes.
And I bathed in Radhakund, and a whole bunch of things that have promises associated with it.
Yes.
But I didn't really feel like I'm much different.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's Krishna's mercy on us. If you feel very different, you might become a little proud, right? You might feel a little like, I made it, I did it, I'm get a little, what is that? Ego into you, a little bit of a false ego into us, right? So Krishna holds that back until your death, the time of your death. Because really, the gift was given not to you as the body, as the mind, as the intelligence and false ego. It was given to you as a soul. So the soul has the gift, but the mind's still not registered. The intelligence is not registered yet. All false ego has not registered it yet. You get the idea? They're not the ones who got the gift. You see what I'm saying? Like, say for example, someone gives me $1 million as a gift. That's not given to this guy here, right? He can't say, that's my $1 million. Why? Because that's not me. So our mind, our body, our intelligence, our false ego are not us, right? The soul is who I am. The body belongs to me, the mind belongs to me, the intelligence belongs to me, and the false ego belongs to me. But they're not me. They're tools given to me to serve Krishna. They're the ones who are going to be lost in the process. See what I'm saying? And you may start already experiencing that. You may start experiencing some more bliss, right? Would you agree that after you bathe in the Ganga, excuse me, you feel a lot better? Yes? Yeah. Same thing with Radhakund? Yeah. So it's already happening, right? The soul's already relishing, but the mind's holding back. Why is the mind holding back? Because the mind is from the material world. It doesn't want you to go to the spiritual world. It'll lose you. It thinks you are his best captive. You are the best person that I was able to kidnap. The kidnapper doesn't want to let go of the person they kidnapped, right? You get the idea? So that's why we don't feel the full extent of it. But you have some idea. But the main thing is, do you believe in that? Do you believe it's true? And the answer is yes. Why do you believe it's true? Because it comes from an authoritative source. The Srimad Bhagavatam says it, the Acharyas say it. We have to know whatever Bhagavatam says is guaranteed truth. It's absolute truth. It'll never fail. Same with the Acharyas, right? They only speak whatever the Bhagavatam speaks. Therefore, they're also known as Bhagavatas. Does that make sense? Yeah? Thank you. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So you touched upon the part of doing a manasik seva, which sounds like a great way to serve even when you cannot directly serve. But then mind can manifest a lot of things.
Yes.
And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that if you do something avidhi purvakam, there's no benefit. It's like a danger zone.
Yes.
So would like to clarify when
That's a
we're
good
doing
point.
manasik puja, what is the domain in which we should remain and not transgress?
Yeah, that's true. It is true that whenever you do service, there are offenses that you should avoid committing doing that service. Whether you do it to the body, you do it to the mind, makes no difference. All the offenses you have to avoid. There are 64 offenses in serving the deities, and they're in the nectar of devotion, right? Those 64 offenses. So you should avoid all 64 offenses, no matter whether you're doing it physically or you're doing it mentally. Makes no difference. It's not like the mental service has more now offenses added on after another 64, and now there are 128 offenses against. You see what I'm saying? It's the same 64. Now, Krishna knows that you're not going to be able to avoid those 64. So what happens is that we always offer all our services to Krishna through the via media of the spiritual master. Never offer anything to Krishna without going through the spiritual master. That is why the spiritual master's picture is on the altar, right? Why did put Srila Prabhupada's picture there? Because he is the grand spiritual master. It is through him that we serve the deities. It is through him that we serve anyone who is senior, like a Vishnu Tattva or senior person, even the acharyas. Never serve the acharyas directly. Serve them through your spiritual master. You get the idea? Then there is no offense, because the spiritual master will correct the mistake. But the fact is, the love in your heart that you had, right, that I want to serve, will be recognized by the spiritual master, and the spiritual master will make the arrangements for correction. And he's very kind, right? We've all made mistakes in front of our spiritual master. Has our spiritual master kicked us out of the movement? No, right? So he's very kind. That is why sometimes it is said the spiritual master is more kind than Krishna. Yes? Anybody else? No? We're ready for more kirtan? And then at 10:30 we'll start with the Abhishek on the altar. All the second initiates invited on the altar? Yes? So thank you all very much. Vanchakalpa, Tirubhascha, Kripasindhubhyevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhya, Vaishnavebhya Namo Namah. Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapurana Ki Jai. Shri Shri Krishna Balarama Ki Jai. Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.